So let's get right into it. We're gonna break down with some really simple math why that old advice to just save your money is actually, believe it or not, a losing game.
Think about this for a second. Right now, at this very moment, you are being robbed. And nope, it's not some hacker and it's not the government. It's something way, way quieter and a whole lot more effective. Its name is inflation. Yeah, that's the silent thief. It lives right inside your bank account, and it's slowly, methodically making sure that the dollar you save today is going to buy you less tomorrow. So, do you still think your money is safe in the bank? Honestly, that's a pretty dangerous illusion. When you're playing it safe, you're not just standing still. You're actually actively getting poorer. Let me show you why the whole system most of us were taught is just fundamentally broken.
This brings us to the first big idea we need to unpack: the huge, hidden flaw in just working hard.
Look, we're all taught to work hard for our money, right? But here's the thing. Our ability to work has some serious limits. You've only got 24 hours in a day, and you need to sleep. But your money never sleeps. It works 24/7, 365 days a year. So the real goal isn't just to work harder, it's to get your money working way harder than you do.
To make this crystal clear, let me tell you a simple story. We'll call it A Tale of Two Peters. Okay, so meet Peter. He's just a regular guy who decides, I'm gonna save $100 every single month. Now, Saver Peter takes his $100 and sticks it in a sock. He feels safe, but he's earning nothing. Investor Peter, on the other hand, does something that feels a little scarier, but it's actually surprisingly simple. He puts that same $100 a month into an ETF, which is basically just a basket of stocks that tracks the entire world economy, and it's historically averaged an 8% annual return.
All right, now for the main event. Let's call this the Table of Truth. This shows what happens over a 30-year career. After 10 years, Saver Peter has the $12,000 he put in. Investor Peter, he's got over $18,000. You know, it's a nice difference, but it's not life-changing. And this, right here, is where most people quit. But let's keep going. After 20 years, Saver Peter has 24 grand. Investor Peter, he's got nearly 59,000. That's more than double. Okay, but now for the 30-year mark. This is where it gets insane. Saver Peter has exactly what he put in from his own pocket, from his own salary, over 3 long decades. $36,000. But Investor Peter, well, his account is sitting at $149,035. That is a difference of over $113,000. This is the magic money that Peter didn't physically work for. This is his reward for being patient. And get this, because of inflation, Saver's 36 grand can now only buy what about 18,000 could 30 years ago. He didn't just stand still, he went backwards. So if the math is really this simple, why on earth doesn't everyone do this? Well, that brings us to the most important part of this whole puzzle, the tipping point. It's because the hardest part of all of this isn't the math, it's the psychology. It's having the patience to sit through those early years when the gains feel, well, tiny. In year 1, Peter invests $1,200 and maybe earns $50. It feels like nothing, just pocket money. And it's so easy to say, why even bother? But now, fast forward and look at year 20. In that 1 year, Peter saves his usual $1,200 from his salary, but his money, which has been quietly growing in the background, it earns him over $4,000 in returns. Suddenly, his money is working more than 3 times harder than he is. That is the moment everything changes. This is what we call the tipping point. It's that magic moment when the return on your assets becomes more powerful and more interesting than the amount you can physically save from your paycheck. This, my friends, is the only real road to financial freedom.
Okay, so how can you start to apply this thinking to your own life? Let's talk about a really simple mental shortcut. It's called the Rule of 72. It's actually incredibly easy to do. All you do is take the number 72 and divide it by whatever interest rate you expect to get per year. The answer is roughly how many years it'll take for your investment to double all by itself.
And this is where it all clicks into place. Look at this. If your money is in a checking account earning, say, 0.01%, it will take 7,200 years to double. Yeah, good luck with that. What about a term deposit at 3%? It's better, but that's still 24 years. But with our lazy investing example at 8%, your money, your wealth, doubles roughly every 9 years without you lifting a single finger. That is the power of putting your money to work. So let's wrap all this up and figure out what your next step should be.
Let's just quickly recap the 3 crucial takeaways here. Number 1, saving is losing. Inflation is a silent thief, and it guarantees you lose buying power over time. Number 2, the snowball effect is absolutely real, but you have to understand that patience is the price of admission. The only huge difference between our 2 Peters was time. And finally, number 3, the beginning is the hardest part. You have to endure that pocket money phase to get to the massive gains later on.
So now you understand the why. The math is clear, it doesn't lie. But the biggest question is probably still bouncing around in your head. Okay, 8% sounds great, but where do I get it? Well, the secret isn't trying to find the one single needle in the haystack by picking the next hot stock. The secret is just buying the entire haystack. But how in the world do you do that? Well, we're going to cover that exact topic in our next explainer.